with no gimmicks.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions. Like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Now is the time before winter is full on in your kitchen to make sure your heat or your furnace is ready. How do you do that? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating will get the job done for you like they did for me last winter when our system crashed and burned in the dead of winter. Check them out, leesair.com. Right now, get $100 off any AC heating or plumbing repair. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating does it all, and they've been doing it at a high level for 40 years. See how they can help you stay warm and cozy all winter at leesair.com. That's Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, license number 635355.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys.
Yeah, speaking of the YouTube, right here on our YouTube page, see that Kayla Anderson with us today. Jay is back. See, it says breaking down a brutal weekend for Sacramento. Is that what we're doing today? Breaking down a brutal weekend for Sacramento? That sounds pretty harsh.
Dang. Welcome to Monday, people. We're going to get you in the right mood.
I mean, I know we're talking about Sacramento Kings and things haven't been going great, but 49ers did win. Jay is back. Hey, Jay.
Hey.
49ers,
What's
baby.
up with it?
Yeah. Jay and his 49ers.
Like KG. Yeah.
Love it.
49ers, why not, Jay? Why not us?
Why not us what?
Us?
Why not us what?
Everything.
Playoffs. Super Bowl.
Oh, we making the playoffs.
I know.
The playoffs are in.
But you've been the voice of reason for months now, going back to before the season started. All I'm saying now, Jay, I'm asking a question. It's not a statement.
Okay.
Kayla was just mentioning this to Alan Stiles a few moments ago.
Okay.
If you start to think beyond getting into the playoffs, why not the 49ers the way everything's going this year?
Injuries.
Huh.
Not enough top-end talent in the places that you probably needed to be.
Yeah.
But same thing I've kind of been saying all year, which is get in, see where the cookie crumbles, right? Mm-hmm. I think if you get in, or put it this way, let me spin it back to you guys. Who in the NFC, and I know Whitey's going to twiddle his fingers together and say, well,
Not today.
this team and
Not
that
today.
team. Okay. Who in the NFC scares you?
Maybe the Rams, but they lost yesterday to Carolina.
Okay. The Rams. How about you, Kayla?
That's what my team was that would scare me.
Okay.
And then, like Whitey said, I'm watching yesterday happen, and Stafford hadn't thrown an interception in how many games? I mean, it was like a ton of games. And then he throws two, and I'm going, wait, the Panthers did this?
Yeah.
So that would have been mine, too.
It's like the football god, small g, as Coach Harbaugh says, got together. As a head, one of them says the other. You see this on Stafford? You see how long it's been since he's thrown an interception? No, I didn't know that. We're going to have to do something about that.
And my poor nephew, you guys, I told him to play Stafford over Bo Nix for fantasy. And now I feel just so guilty because I'm like, Stafford hasn't thrown an interception this many games. He's been balling. And then he comes to me with his iPad. Auntie Kayla, he just threw his second interception. Well, dang.
It happens, though, right?
I know.
I would have said, and I think I've said this before, let me first say this because we're going to have some listeners, we're going to have some viewers who are going to be like, you guys are crazy. They lost, and now you're Monday morning quarterbacking. Got it. Look, no one, and I'll speak for myself, but I think I speak for both of you. No one is sitting up here saying the 49ers are the favorite to win a Super Bowl. No one is saying that they have a shot. They're the number one seed in the NFC. We're not saying that. So we don't need nobody to jump on the line and tell us we're Monday morning quarterbacking. I've always said you get into the playoffs, you'll see where it falls. But the 49ers play the Rams well every single time for the most part. Mm-hmm. So Kyle and Sean know each other to the extent to where those games for 99% of the time is going to be close anyway. Mm-hmm. Doesn't really matter who's on the field. So I'm not afraid of the Rams. They're good. Stafford's great. He's a future Hall of Famer, Super Bowl winner. Everything you want to anoint him, he's that. Beyond that, what are we really looking around? The Bucs are wounded.
How about the Bears? They're lighting up.
Number one seed right now in the NFC.
Yeah, definitely not worried about
that's the thing. It's the Bears.
Right. Yeah. I know. I'm with you. I think as fans, especially as fans who've been around a while, there's a standard we hold teams to. Like, I've seen football since way back when, and if you're going to win a Super Bowl, you got to do this and this and this. That standard doesn't necessarily exist in today's NFL. You just have to be better than everybody else here or there, and the league is so, however you want to say it, balanced, watered down, however you want to look at it. Yeah. Why the 49ers very well could win out. It would be a surprise. I don't think they'll be favored against Seattle. No. And if they win out, they got 4 games left. It just would change the complexion of things.
I just say the way that, and look, I'm coming in here being on the other side of the country covering the NFL and hearing about the Niners all the time. And a West Coast team at that. But because they've been run so well and with the injuries they have had, not just this year, but you guys, they've had injuries the last few years.
Oh, yeah.
This year by far decimated on the defensive side. But the way they are able to function, even George Kittle said it. If you were to tell me that we would be without this person, I don't know if I would believe that we would be in this spot.
I know, as Jay pointed out, as we all know, they've had some really key injuries defensively. And I know the weather yesterday was a factor, and I know Cleveland isn't a great offensive team, but the defense at times yesterday was dominant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially the first half.
Yeah.
Before they started giving
go for the fourth down
opportunities.
Yeah. The one thing about them is, and this is kind of what we heard in the beginning of the season, was, and I'm not sure if you were around at the time, Caleb, but Whitey, you can definitely remember this. Coach Saleh and Shanahan both said, and I always go back to that last one-on-one with Matt Mayoko with Shanahan. He said, our defense is something of a work in progress. We're hoping some of these young guys by week 9 or 10, I believe he said week 9 or 10 or something like that, find their footing, and some of the guys that we've placed and believe in, they'll start to turn the corner, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Now, that's just me paraphrasing, but that's what he said. Mm-hmm. And so some of those guys, I think they found one or two. Like Upton Stout, to me, is a pretty good nickel.
Yeah.
He's probably somebody they're going to build on for the next 3 years as a rookie. They got him under control. He'll probably be a 49er for the next 3 years for sure. Mm-hmm. Now, he may play his way into a bigger contract year 4 or 5. We'll see how that plays. But for the most part, I think he's going to be one of those guys. I think D. Winters has shown what everybody has said since he's been in the league.
Look at Tatum Bethune, Jay.
Really?
Yeah.
Like literally. He looks good, right? Mm-hmm. So I think there's some guys, Mr. Green. Ronaldo Green seems to be a starting cornerback in the league. Mm-hmm. Coming into the season, I think most people would have said Jair Brown and Malu Mustafa were your starters. Well, Jair Brown was in question for a little bit. Everybody knew Malu Mustafa was the guy. He looks to be decent, So Alfred Collins, a lot of people talking about, hook him. Absolutely. That's what we do. So it just – they have a shot, I believe, is what we're saying. I'm not getting carried away. I don't need the Raider hate. I don't need the Seahawk hate. I don't need the other hate come in and say, well, you guys are dreaming and it's Christmas time and we're wishing upon a star. We just saying we got a shot.
Yeah. Now, Kayla, do the 49ers have the rare double bye now? They have a bye and then...
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, with what I've seen of the Titans this year, and I still follow them closely, they might as well have a double bite. Now, I'm not saying they're still an NFL team. Yes, they are. So they have to still go out there and play.
Yeah.
But, they're at home. I think that's a win. I hate predicting things because it is an NFL team, but it's a bad NFL team. I mean, a really bad NFL team. So having the bye week is great because it's already late. And then having a game against a team like the Titans, it kind of helps you a little bit.
It's like a homecoming game.
Oh my gosh, right? In college, you play homecoming against the team you're probably
Alabama
gonna win.
versus Southeast Missouri.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a dub. No, this is exactly. Can we do homecoming in the NFL? That would be fun because the Titans would be everybody's homecoming. At least this year. Things
are looking up anyway.
Yeah.
Long ways to go. The Colts are left. Colts all of a sudden. That Bears game's going to be huge.
I think that the Colts are going to have some issues because Danny Dimes seems to have something wrong with his fibula. He won't admit that it's fractured, but that cannot feel good. Especially he does use his legs,
right?
Or that's what helps him.
Did you happen to see any Aaron Rodgers yesterday playing with broken bones, plural, in his wrist?
Yeah, and he got hit in the nose, I believe.
Yeah, Bosa sacked him from behind. The ball pops out.
Joey
and he's
Bosa,
grabbing his wrist, and he's got blood coming down, and he's got all the gray in the beard, and he's yelling at his receivers oh, my goodness.
It was. I think he said something after the game, too, but it's I think it's Rodgers' cue, this has got to be his last year, else he might not be able to walk moving forward.
I would think so. Now, as far as the Kings go.
What? The who?
The
Sacramento talking about?
Kings. I don't know about you guys. I'm trying not to get upset by Kings losses while they're in this state of kind of limbo. We know that they've evaluated. We know that they would like to move on from some guys. I think they'd like to play the younger guys more. And I know as we were discussing with Alan, a lot of fans, I get it, but fans why don't they play the younger guys? I think that's the plan at some point. So I'm trying not to get upset by a loss here, a loss there, because it's almost like that's how they're set up right now. If we're being honest, they're set up not to win a lot of games. So why drive yourself crazy?
And it's good advice, and it's not advice that you probably want to hear as a fan because when they won back-to-back games for the first time this year, I think it does excite you as a fan, and you always want to see wins. You're not going, especially to watch the Kings, to watch a loss because that's not what anybody wants to do. However, I think we all are in some sort of an acceptance mode at this point, especially after that 2-game winning streak. It's kind of gone downhill again. And the one thing I will say is I think be patient. You're going to see the younger guys playing more, but really they are getting somewhat more minutes. I mean, Maxime Reynaud played 23 minutes last night, and he was in foul trouble, so he might have played more. And Nick Clifford played 13. Now that number needs to go up eventually, but the only guy that I think we're saying we're still not seeing enough playing time from is Keon Ellis, but I think the speculation on that goes far beyond Doug just not wanting to play him. I think that there are bigger reasons.
I thought you made a great point when we were talking to Alan, and Alan asked you about how is this going to go with Keon? Can they save the relationship with him? And I believe you said, well, it depends on what they're telling him to this point. Is he understanding? I'm sure he'd like to play, and I don't mean to speak for you, but my understanding of what you said was, look, if they're telling Keon, we want to play you, just not yet, bide your time, okay. That's different than if he's sitting there every day wondering, what's going on? Why aren't I playing?
Yeah, and whatever Keon, I'll give him credit because he doesn't show on the bench or when it's pregame. You're not seeing any signs of him being dissatisfied.
Yeah, I saw last night to that point. I saw him talking to Maxime about something that Max was confused about, a foul or something, and
he was
Keon
conversing,
was helping him understand what was going on.
Yeah, even before the game, right before they do, starting lineups, I saw him go up to Doug Christie and he was bumping fists with everyone, and obviously him and Doug Christie had a moment too, and I sensed no awkwardness at all or like anything. And so I would assume there has been some sort of transparency. And if not, then man, you're a great actor, Keon Ellis, and like I'll give you an Academy Award for your performance, because I would think that he has at least got to know what's going on.
Yes, Scotty Skills one says, I'm so happy the Kings lost these games. Just means better draft possibility. I wouldn't state it that bluntly, but every loss is, in a way, potentially a small win. Mm-hmm. In terms of your draft status going forward and the lottery and all that. The thing that's puzzling about the Kings is, to me, the Kings right now are better when their better players are not on the floor. Right?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And I think when you looked at the first quarter in particular and how they ended that first quarter, first and third quarters, they ended really well. And I know that, we thought maybe the fourth quarter they could hold it close, and that seemed to, crumble real quick. But at the end of the first quarter is when you had guys out there. I think it was Malik Monk, Keon Ellis, Nick Clifford, Precious Achiuwa, and Maxine Reynaud. And when you saw those groups together, they played some really good basketball. And that isn't a lot of the starters when you're looking at that. So it's a really good point. When the starters are out there, it doesn't seem like things are working well. It's almost like that second unit is proving to be the better unit, and that's still kind of jumbled at times.
Yeah, I know that we heard more calls today listening to Alan's show, and I think Alan may have even said something slightly pointed, talking about, again, Coach Christie. And that is just such low-hanging fruit right now to blame the coach, blame the manager. Things aren't going well. I just think that's just so far down the list right now. I think there are a lot of open questions about Coach Christie. Can he be a good NBA coach? I think he's shown a lot of promise. But right now, that is nowhere near the issue. That is just ridiculous. That's not going to fix. If anything, it would make things worse. Okay, now we got another change coming on.
And look, you are free to have your own opinion as a fan. Absolutely. And if you think that is the issue, then that is fine. I would disagree. And I did hear that call. And I did kind of sit back for a second, because I think there was also some comparison into how he disappeared in games as a player here, too.
Yeah, and that was really not fair.
And I didn't think that was quite fair.
Yeah.
But again, you fan how you want to fan. But I will say this. It is too early for us, and too many issues with the roster that they started with, and too many questions still on knowing what's going on with Keon Ellis and what he's being told. Because I have a feeling like if Doug could play him, I have a feeling Doug would put him in more. Now, that's just my kind of like prediction of that. But we don't
feel
know.
The same way,
we don't
yeah.
know enough to say, hey, he's doing all these things and he's the reason for the losses. I don't think that's fair either.
I'll tell you one thing that did irritate me a great deal last night was Keegan only had 12 shots, and down the stretch, yeah, it was a winnable game, but that's if you're playing, you want to win the game. They didn't win, okay, but when the game's on the line, Keegan wasn't getting a lot of touches down the stretch. And to me, come on. DeMar DeRozan just said this is his team, and he's been playing so well, and he had to steal the ball to get a shot. So that irritated me a little bit.
And I think that's a fair point, Kevin. The only thing that I'll say with that is I thought Keegan played well defensively last night.
He did, yeah.
I think he had his worst game since coming back offensively, and maybe that came into the decision on writing whatever offensive,
Yeah.
But again, defense does create offense with this team in particular. You've seen them play their best basketball when they do that. So I can't fully say that, but that's a good question. I just know he was a little off in terms of his shot last night.
He didn't make any threes, you're right.
Yeah.
He didn't make any threes. Of course, the bigger issue with the Kings is everything going on with Devlin Carter going in on, going after Zach LaVine at the last game, and he gets thrown out, and that becomes a big story. It's written up in the B, and a lot of people look at Devlin Carter as like a spokesperson, if you will, for fans who are so unsure of what's going on. They're angry, they're frustrated, and I think that speaks to the fact that one of the things the Kings have to do here is, while they rebuild the roster, and I don't think you can dispute this. People don't want to hear it, but they're going to have to rebuild the whole relationship with the fan base because a lot of fans right now see what they're doing, but are like, yeah, I don't think they can do it. Yeah, all right, I guess that makes sense, but why should I trust this team?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it is right now.
Why blame them? I mean, people spend their hard-earned money to go to these games, and not everybody has the close-up seats like Devlin Carter does, but he still pays his hard-earned money to go and support this team. And for the most part, he's always supported him. And yes, there are frustrations. And I think he's kind of speaking for much of the fan base with the frustrations in that particular night defensively.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I didn't realize that when he said that. But then you see the reaction like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe we don't get the voice to say it, or we're not down low where we can say that directly. But the response was more so on the side of supporting Devlin Carter about his response.
Thank you for saying it.
Yeah.
For us.
Because this is like the elephant in the room. Like not the elephant in the room, but maybe just we haven't been able to speak it so that they can hear it.
And I thought Coach Christie's reaction to that was very interesting as well. Jason Anderson followed up and asked Coach Christie about that whole back and forth and about the effort level. And Coach Christie said, well, you don't want how you're playing offensively to affect the level of your defensive intensity, which basically is saying, yes, the defensive level from players, and specifically Zach LaVine, has not been what we want.
Yeah, and at times...
So of course fans are going to be angry when the coach basically says, yeah, they need to play harder on defense.
And we know that that's been Doug Christie's message from the get-go. And at times you have seen them play like better defensively. But when it's not consistent, and when it's especially at home, and then you're seeing that, like, not the effort you need, okay, like at some point, I kind of sometimes are like, okay, well, if the fan wants to say it, they can say it. Mm-hmm.
And he was back. He got tossed.
Yeah, he was
asked
back
to
yesterday.
leave, excused, and then he was right back last night. So, a win for him.
I would say so. I mean, at least he was brave enough to say. I mean, I know I wouldn't be able to probably sitting down there, but
everybody was down there saying it though.
Yeah,
that's
not just him.
Yeah,
like
good point.
It wasn't like he was just the one who. Whatever.
He said it to Zach.
Personally. It happened personally. But
it's like right
everybody's
there.
down there.
Yeah.
Don't single him out with that. It sounded.
Well, he kind of singled himself out. And it's
well,
fine,
yeah,
but
he did.
Yeah.
He did. But I think within the question of it is everyone was saying, which is the overall concept of everyone is saying you need to play better defensively. You need to, attack a little bit more. And that's what the conversation started with.
Yeah.
Everyone is saying that because you said it's going to be a difficult time for the Kings organization to get some of these fans back, which is wholeheartedly agree.
Mm-hmm.
You just take a look and a lot of people are like, yeah, you know what? I'm not re-upping the season tickets. I'm not going. I mean, just look at the game last night. That probably was one of the lightest.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. I tried to look at the crowd during certain shots. I couldn't fully tell how empty it was or how full it was, but
officially 15-9 something, but
man, that looked more like an 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
11K in the bank.
Yeah.
I mean, truly, you take a look and you get to see, because again, I always say I watch the Kings on the ticket, on the Game Pass game ticket. So I always get you guys seen it before where they go to commercial and you get like the in-arena programming. You don't get the commercials
the feed,
and stuff.
The
feed, right? So there you get to see what's going on within the arena. You see Frost and Mo and Scott Moak and all them down there and the dance team and all that. Man, if that was 15K, let me tell you right now, if somebody want to pass me a pair of Lynn Crafters, I'm with it. Because that was nowhere near 15K.
Zach LaVine is becoming a symbol of, for many fans, what's wrong with the team. That's not entirely fair, but that's what's happening now.
So I did hear Alan Stiles talking about that in particular. In the past, there have obviously been some players that have been the target or the scapegoat for, when things go wrong. I think it's half. I can understand what is going on here though with LaVine, because he's the highest paid player, isn't he? I mean, he's
which when things aren't going well, as you know, on any team, if a team's not playing well, the guy who's getting the most money has a huge target on his back. Yeah.
But there's been some inconsistencies for a while with Zach LaVine, and honestly, I'd almost go back to the Bulls and some of the fans that I've read from their perspective is kind of similar to the frustrations that we're seeing here.
You go back to what Scott Perry said before he was a GM.
Oh, yeah, on his podcast?
Yeah, he puts up a lot of numbers, but doesn't necessarily help you win. Ugh. Okay, yeah.
Didn't he have like a minus 30 yesterday or something? Or some it was some crazy number.
Let's see, Zach Levine's plus minus. Well, you're exactly right.
I mean, that's why I know that doesn't mean everything, but that means when he's on the floor, he's clearly not helping as much because the other team is outscoring.
He's also seen as a favorite of an owner who is not especially popular with a lot of the fans right now.
Okay.
So, in that sense also is like, oh, well, it's him. And, Zach LaVine also, in my opinion, is a victim of the fact that you have a roster that doesn't fit. And so you've got a lot of guys that they don't look like they know what's going on, and none of them do. But who are you going to single out?
Yeah.
The guy that's making the most money that's supposed to score all the points. And he's never been a very good defender.
No, and especially now on this team when that's the point of emphasis, it's obviously going to stick out like a sore thumb. And it's obviously going to be a scapegoat situation because that's what Doug is preaching he needs. And he's probably one of the players, I'm not going to say the only player, that's maybe not having that effort night to night.
I hope for his sake, as much as anybody else's sake, that they're able to find somewhere that wants him and he can move on, because this is going nowhere for either side now. Here.
It's not. Maybe he can get in a better place where he can find more consistency and fit, and they sure as heck need to be in a place where they don't have him involved because it does not work.
Yeah. And Mark Stein had reported that he phrased it kind of funnily, like, this is what people are saying, but we don't know if it's true. But if Zach LaVine were able to go somewhere where maybe he would take less money next year because he does have player option, but get more money in the long term. All right, I'll eschew my $49 million if you'll give me, a really healthy salary multi-year going forward.
He's represented again by Clutch.
He is, right, Jay?
Death Row, baby.
Yep, exactly.
Death Row. It's Death Row, the NBA right there.
I'll tell you, they'll get what they want.
It's not like he's going to give anybody a hometown discount or anything.
No.
Should he?
No, he should not.
Just asking.
He should not.
Listen, someone paid him. One of the things I learned very quickly, especially in the entertainment industry, I got good advice. You're worth what someone would pay you.
Yeah.
I mean, someone gave him the deal, and I don't know that many people who would say, $49 million on year 3, now I'm going to pass that up.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, you have to it wasn't the Kings that gave him the deal. They accepted the deal. They accepted the terms.
Yeah.
But you can't blame it all on Zach and the former. And I'm not saying you guys are, but
I agree with you.
though.
I think that's a
sign a deal.
point to make.
He
didn't sign it. He didn't offer himself the money.
No, he didn't. Right?
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. Kayla, do you want 49? Yes, right now. And I'm going to sit on my butt and I'm not going to have any effort. Yes, please.
Good luck with that. Let me know how that works out. Yeah. Kyle Draper's going to join us. Drapes Takes are next on Sactown Sports.
This Sponsor the Clock is brought to you by Light the World Giving Machine.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing live DJs, Mechanical Bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with the California Office of Traffic Safety, Caltrans, and Bare Bones Workwear. For more info, visit CITBfest.com.
Coach Christie here, and the Black Friday Sellathon is on at Folsom Lake Ford. With your approved credit, get 0 down, plus no payments for 90 days on any new Ford right now. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford. Interest accrues from date of purchase.
Quiet down, here she comes. Surprise! because your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Staples presents An Easy Holiday.
My holiday list was a mile long.
Fa la 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 boo hoo hoo.
Staples made it easy with big savings on tech gifts.
I'm listening.
And I saved big on custom holiday cards, too. Plus, Staples has UPS shipping in-store.
Holy flying reindeer. Shop Staples today for 60% off custom cards, invites, wrapping paper, labels, stamps, and photo gifts.
That was easy.
In-store and online expires 12/20. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Yeah, it's tough. It's the NBA, and some nights you get going and some nights you don't. But the credit, I would, instead of looking at it that way, I'd look at more credit to those guys who came in and really played, hard as heck and just got after it, got us back in the ball game, put us in position to close it out and win it, and just unable to.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, not trying to sugarcoat anything, but there were some glimmers last night. You have a game right now with this team where they are and all the questions swirling around, and win or lose when the young players play well. To me, those are the takeaways. Those glimmers of a future that might be, Kayla.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see a little bit more of Maxime Reynaud, and I know he got in a little bit of foul trouble, but I think he'll work through that. But just to see him on the floor more, to see his confidence, he's pretty vocal on the defensive end. I like seeing those moments.
Yeah, whenever I want to ask somebody about post-play and how someone really played behind the scenes, there's only one guy I go to. Of course, Kings, play-by-play guy, Kings pre- and post-game host. He's the master of big man play, the drop step and whatnot. Kyle Draper, what's up, Drapes?
My friends, how are you today? How are you?
Hey, Drapes.
And you know what? I'm going to be honest. It's been a rough season, right? We're all down in the dumps. But the sun is out. I'm driving around. I'm listening to you guys. I'm not going to be in a bad mood. All right, maybe just a little bit during this straight steak. But for the most part, you know what? I'm going to keep my blood pressure under control here.
Drapes, where you at, Florida?
Why? Does it sound bad?
No, because you said the sun is out. So I'm just trying to see if it's Arizona or where are you at where the sun is
right
at?
Now, big fella, that sun is hitting me, kid. I'm in Roseville right now. I'm making my way. I'm going to do some Christmas shopping today.
Now, you know you lying. You didn't lie twice already on this show. The sun is out and you Christmas shopping?
No, you know what, though? This is a self-maintenance day, a self-care day, you will. So I'm on the way to get my eyebrows done because they got to be fresh. Throughout the season. I already got the pedicure, so you ain't going to be able to tell me nothing, Jay, Whitey, and Kayla. I'm feeling good right now.
Damn, Drapes, you're beating me because I haven't had either of those done in like 5 months.
You know what? I was just looking at, we only got 2 games this week. Yeah. So I got a lot of free time. And so I said, you know what? Before I buy something for these damn kids and people, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to make sure I get what I need first. And then I'll do the Christmas shopping. So I'm going to do the eyebrows first, and then I'll go and do some Christmas shopping.
You're going to be swinging by True Sports Cards, which is, right there, Rockland, right on the Roseville border.
Whitey, Nick might be listening, big fella. Come on now. No, actually, I am actually going to swing by there. I need to text Emmerich because I can't be paying full price, especially when you're dropping a couple of $100. I need a little bit of a discount, so I'm going to text Emmerich when I'm on my way. So.
Yeah, you've earned that at the very least. You've earned that much. Yeah.
Let me get to my take.
Yes.
Because I've been actually listening to you guys. I've been tuning in. I got some things I want to push back on when it comes to what you and Kayla have been talking about, and also what the fan base has been talking about. So, Jay, give me my music pick, fella.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
All right, my first take is I'm still looking for a sponsor for Drape's Takes, all right? I'm going to just put that out there right now. That's the big elephant in the room. You know what I mean, Jay? I'm still looking for a sponsor for Drape's Takes. But let me start off by saying what I saw last night. I'm going to start off with last night's game. I thought the guys competed for the most part, but then they fell apart in that fourth quarter. There's no way you could get outscored 35-20 in the fourth quarter. You ain't going to win any game scoring 20, and you're not going to win any game giving up 35 in the fourth quarter. That's when your compete level needs to be at its highest, and we didn't see that from our Sacramento Kings. And I want to go to the offense because I know this has been a big topic of discussion, especially when Doug Christie said earlier this season he's not worried about the offense. Well, the problem with the Kings offense is that it's predicated on their defense. Those runs they made into the third quarter, into the first quarter, it was because their defense was active. They out and run. When they have to set up in the half court, it's not beautiful basketball. ISO ball, Malik talked about it afterwards. DeMar, Malik, I don't understand their offensive system in the half court. That's why competing defensively is so important for this team. And as we know, they haven't been a good defensive team. That's why they're never in the lead. That's why they're never up 10, 15, because their defense isn't strong enough to help out their offense. And they're not good enough offensively to score 130, 140, which brings me to my next point. And I said this on the post-game show. I was talking to somebody in the league not too long ago about having a guy. And Whitey, we've talked about the Kings need a guy. When you look at the best players in the NBA, teams fear them for two reasons. One, they can go off and beat you by scoring 50, or two, they can go off and beat you by making their teammates better. What I'm seeing from the opposition is they are not fearful of our guys, our main scorers, talking about DeMar DeRozan, talking about Zach LaVine. They say, you know what, DeMar, you want to go one-on-one? Go for it. Get your 25. Zach, you want to go one-on-one? Go for it. Get your 30. But nobody else is going to get going. And so as you build a team, as Scott Perry and B.J. Armstrong, that's why it's so important to have a guy, because a guy not only can get you 50, but he can make others better as well. And I look at a guy like Luka Doncic doing it, obviously Jokic as well. The thing about it, and talking to this executive, this was a few weeks ago on the road, the good players, the great players, you got to defend them with two, maybe even 2.5 guys. Because if not, they'll drop a 50-piece on you. We don't have that right now, and that's where our offense is struggling. It's defensively, we're not that good. And then in the half-court set, we're just relying too much on ISO ball. What do you think about that, Whitey?
Yeah, and I was going to ask, I understand what you're saying. That's absolutely true. Do you think Keegan can, if not be that guy, aren't we seeing signs that maybe he can be a little more like one of those guys going forward? He wasn't last night, but he has shown some signs.
He's shown some signs, but let's be honest. Keegan Murray, and we're seeing the development. To get to what I'm talking about, he has to become a better scorer than DeMar, a better scorer than Zach. Yeah. And that's a huge ask. We're still a ways away from that. Mm-hmm. Teams aren't fearing us right now. When we go into who we play, we got Houston coming up. We worried about KD getting 40, Şengün getting 35 and 18. When teams prepare for us, what are they fearful of? Who are they fearful of? Zach LaVine going off for 25, 30, that's not going to win you a game. DeMar getting 25 or 30, that's not going to win you a game. We got very good players, but they aren't, at the level of a Jokic. A Giannis can go out there and get you 45 and 18. And so teams are not fearful of us when it comes to playing defense against us. And so we're sort of playing right into their hands by playing that ISO ball, that one-on-one basketball.
And Drapes, one thing you said on the post game last night too, which we've seen it throughout the season, is this team is just smaller. Like the Kings are just smaller. And when you play a guy like Zach Edey last night who went off, he's just hard to defend in general. We've seen it with the struggle with bigs all year long, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I could go back to Isaiah Hartenstein dominating us the way that he did, and now you get Zach Edey, who is a load. I mean, 7'4", nobody really has an answer for him. And we showed some highlights of Zach Edey, and Malik Monk talked about it post-game. When you defend a guy like that, you got to do your work early. You got to hit him before he even comes to the lane. Because once he gets down low, you can't stop him. And so we didn't have much resistance last night. For the dude to go 16 of 20, and how about this, Whitey, Kayla, and Jay? If a guy is dominating like that, don't you think, you know what, Zach Edey, you're going to have to earn this. I'm going to hack the hell out of you.
Yeah.
He only took one foul shot last night.
I noticed that.
Like, come on. And I mentioned on the post game, Shaq used to get beat up. Zach Edey didn't get beat up yesterday. You know what I mean? It was a walk. He did the initiating of the physical play. And so it was a walk in the park. So that's another take. But here's the one I want to really dive into. And I may be looked at with a little side eye for this one. I think we're being a little unfair to Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. And here's why. I think we're using them as the scapegoat. When you watch the game, I can pull up plays from a number of different players where the compete, effort, defensive rotation, whatever it is, isn't there. This is a team problem right now. Even the guys we think are, Charlie Hustle, if you will, are making mistakes out there. That's what's so frustrating about it. Zach LaVine said earlier this season, you're not asking Rudy Gobert to go out there and get 30. And I thought, watching last night's game, I thought Zach was okay. He wasn't great, but he wasn't horrible. And that's the problem with our team right now. Guys are okay. Nobody's great defensively right now. Nobody's great when it comes to the hustle. Nobody's great 48 minutes. And Malik talked about it again last night. They're not playing well for 48 minutes. And I kind of think Zach and DeMar are being used as a scapegoat. Case in point, Whitey, Kayla, and Jay. Even in December of last year, DeMar DeRozan had been on this team for 2 months, and people were talking about DeMar should be coming off the bench. Zach LaVine played 30 games last year, and some members of the fan base have already turned against them. I think it's a little bit unfair, and I'm not saying these guys have been perfect. I'm not saying these guys are, all-world defenders. They got to take some of the blame as well. But I feel like we're using them as the scapegoat, where there are a number of times that I've seen other guys also. This is a team problem we got right now, Whitey, Jay, and Kayla. I feel like these are the punching bags right now, though, DeMar and Zach LaVine. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just me.
I agree with you. I see that, too. I think there are some problems with the Kings. Those problems are affecting Zach LaVine's game. And, yeah, some of that is definitely on him. But I think people see there are problems with the Kings, and they blame it on Zach LaVine. Look, he's not playing well, so he's the problem. I'm with you, Drapes. I agree with you. There's plenty of blame. Everybody's to blame. But I think he's getting singled out in a way that, to me, I don't think it's entirely fair either.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. I wasn't expecting that from you, Whitey. I appreciate it. No, but that's exactly what I see, man. And I'll keep it real with you. The players see it. They hear it. They're on social media. Their family's on social media. And you know what? In my opinion, if these guys are putting on the Sacramento Kings uniform, I'm going to ride with them, obviously. They have to be better. I understand that. They understand. I just think it's kind of unfair, man. It's kind of messed up right now.
Yeah, he didn't trade for himself. Those guys didn't.
Nope.
Well, DeMar was a free agent. No, technically it was a trade. Yeah. So, yeah, Zach LaVine was traded. I'm with you, Drapes, but he's just become a symbol. You know, fans are looking for somebody to blame when things don't go wrong, and it's easy to blame the guy who's making the most money.
Right, exactly. And, you know, here's the thing. Ultimately, it comes down to roster construction, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know, the players know, Scott Perry knows, this is not it. And so, you know, I think when I look at it, I don't think anybody is being put in the position to be the best that they can be. And that's part of the roster construction issues. And so it's frustrating. I know as a Kings fan, you know, especially losing at home to Memphis the way they're losing. And you guys talked about it earlier. How come the Kings are never up 15 on anybody? They're always playing from behind, you know? They're always. That's why my key going into yesterday's game was, can we at least get one damn first quarter where we're in the lead? I think going into last night, we had only won 5 first quarters, guys. Jeez. And we had lost 15. Tied or lost 15 first quarters. We got to be better than that. But I think it's a team issue. And like I said, I think some guys are being, you know, their fingers are being pointed at them, and they're taking all the blame.
Now, did you have any more? I had a question for you, but I don't want to step on any more.
No, that's it. Yeah. That's Drape Steaks.
Okay,
that's
thank
Drape
you.
Steaks.
Yeah, we need that sponsor. What did you think of Max Reno last night? I know that he was overmatched in a lot of ways, but what did you think of his effort?
No, I thought Max is always going to bring the effort. You know, he's always going to try to do the right thing. And to your point, I thought Zach Edey, you know, gave him a lesson last night. You know, you got to be physical with Zach Edey. You got to put the elbow in his back as he's trying to come through the lane. You got to push off. And, you know, Max was solid, I thought, offensively, but defensively, and it's not just Max, Drew Eubanks, the entire team. We got to be better defensively, more physical out there.
Drapes, I'll have my weekly check with you, even though we skipped a couple of weeks. You know, you get to move around with the team. Obviously, you were just with the team on the road. What's the vibe with the squad? Still positive. Everybody's still rocking together. We haven't heard anything about a players only meeting yet. How's the vibe with the squad?
No, I think everybody frustrated, man. You could tell, man. Nobody's happy right now, and I'm not saying they're upset with each other. Losing sucks, you know. And here's the thing too. You know, they understand, these guys are, especially the veterans, they know they're the subject to trade rumors. They know the roster isn't constructed right. And I think part of that is getting to them a little bit too, you know, and I know they got to be professionals and everything like that. It's tough. The hardest thing, man, is, you know, it's almost like, you know, when you deal with depression, for instance, you know, everything just seems bad. Everything seems awful. And so how do you dig yourself out? And the only ones that can dig them out are the players in the locker room and the coaches. They have to somehow turn the momentum around and get some positive momentum. Like, even if it's give me a 12-0 run, give me a win by 20, just something. Mm-hmm. We felt it when they beat Denver, when they beat Minnesota. It was like, we can exhale a little bit. We can breathe. Now everything's uptight again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Drapes, are you going out on the road with the club?
Nah, man, your boy Mark Jones got it. Houston and Miami and then Indiana.
Ooh, so, boy, you missing some good cities there, family.
I know. And I heard they're going to be in Miami like 4 days.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh, my gosh.
They don't need a triple booth? I mean, they can't.
I can do pre and post from Miami.
There you go. And the beach, yeah.
Right by the water, baby.
Well, say hi to Aaron for us, Drapes. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon. Yeah.
Talk to you later.
All right. Kyle Draper weighing in, defending Zach LaVine, which is easy to do right now. Easy to guard Zach LaVine. But
easy to guard. Oh, I get
I think in some ways the problem is Zach LaVine is being asked once again to be something that he just isn't, which is the feature performer.
Guy.
Yeah. It's like sometimes the fit is just it's not going to work. But that is going to be the scapegoat because that is who you're paying the money to. And I'm not saying that's correct or that's fair. I don't think it is always fair.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's who gets the target usually.
Yeah, they all deserve blame, but I think maybe he tends to get more than he deserves, but they all deserve blame. And as to Drape's point about Zach Edey, I was thinking about this because it is interesting. Zach Edey last night, he's huge.
Yeah.
He was 16 for 20. By the way, Malik Monk just got fined for a flop, and I think it was on one of those plays late in the game where he was just trying to exaggerate the contact. But how is it that Zach LaVine only shot one free throw? I think it's because so many of his touches were he was
right underneath.
6 inches from the rim when he caught the ball
right
and just
there.
threw it in. It's like too late to even foul him.
You're exactly right.
I will say this, and he balled out, no doubt about it. But as tall and as big as he is, and as you said, he was right around the rim. I expected a few more dunks.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like he laid it up, a few more times. I was like, oh, never mind, it's in there. I mean, it literally he's right on the square, so it wasn't like it was that big of a deal. But I was like, man, I thought he was gonna pipe it a few more times.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, I know that we see things game to game with the Kings where you can't help but go, wow, that's not supposed to be like that. But can we really be surprised anymore when this team is losing games?
No.
That's how they're built right now.
No.
Right?
And I think it's more so than not, it's always come down to the poor performance in the fourth quarter, like Drapes was alluding to, an outscoring in the fourth quarter, the not having a closer in the fourth quarter. I mean, a lot of it does come down to that. But the thing is it is hard to believe they've never really had like a lead throughout the game. Like they have at points, but that's really far and few between. And the two that they've won, they've been really close games.
They're just, especially without Domas, some of their issues are just exacerbated. And wow, why can't they finish? Well, Magic used to call that winning time.
Sure.
And that's when the game is played at a higher level. So whatever flaws you have in the fourth quarter, when the game's on the line, whatever flaws you have, they're going to be more obvious.
Yeah.
And the other team's going to take advantage of them even more.
Exactly.
You end up losing because you're just not a very good team.
They come out in full force.
Yeah.
But you make a good point. And it's not a mind-blowing point, but it is something that needs to be refreshed. The roster and the way we came into the season is all true. And I just saw somebody post something, I can't remember, like, somebody from the Chateau Tone, BC, Iowa, I think. Unfortunately, and I'm not going to give dude no love because I'm not a fan of his, but he talked about an NBA, someone in the NBA circle who said that this roster, construction-wise, was just terrible. And it's true. It truly is. And that's why you continue to keep seeing as you guys talked about, you're pointing the finger. You're trying to find the reason. And overall, probably the real reason is this team just isn't good, Whitey. And you just said that.
Yeah.
I think we just kind of have to come to grips with that.
Yeah. And I just want to say this because I know we've been talking about Zach LaVine as a scapegoat, maybe. One guy who I think was made a scapegoat of a lot of the issues they had last year was Malik Monk. Malik Monk last year, after they traded De'Aaron Fox, he played point guard. And I thought at times he played point guard really well. He's not a true point guard in that's not it. You ask him. I'd rather play off ball, but I can play point. I've had conversations with him about that after games. You're really improving as a point guard. You say, I could always do it, just people didn't know it. So last year, after things went sideways, and then we started this year with a new GM, Scott Perry, the first thing he said is, well, we need a real point guard. Yeah. And basically they were saying Malik couldn't do it.
Yeah.
We're seeing now, last night, Malik had 6 assists. He played really well.
Yep.
He was not the problem last year is my point.
There we
Malik
go.
Monk playing point guard last
There we
year,
go.
that wasn't the problem. There's a lot more wrong with this team than that.
Yeah. I mean,
Great
truly
point.
is. It goes from we talked about it being very small, having too many guards, believing in some of the guys that we consistently have said they're Bs or 2s and 3s.
Yeah.
Wanting Zach to be a 1 when he's probably not a 1, wanting DeMar to kind of lead a little longer in the tooth. There's so many different avenues that we could really see the writing on the wall that a lot of people, maybe turned a blind eye to. And then there's a whole group of people who are like, no, we told you. We said it. We told you this roster wasn't going to be good, and so it's difficult because you're living it every single day now.
And one more thing that Drapes brought up and kind of alluding to what we're talking about right now is the fact that he said we need a player that other teams fear. And who is that player? That he's exactly right. No offense to any of these guys on the team. There are a lot of talented players, but it's nobody that anyone is fearing from the opposite team.
Mm-hmm. And I think that gets us back to why every loss this year, as much as it hurts here and hurts there, is potentially a small win for the Kings going forward. We'll look at that when we come right back. Drive Guys got Monday Night Football tonight, Sactown Sports.
When I asked Scott Lucky...
Hey, everybody, it's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Now, for the last 2 years, I've been sharing the great experience I've had being a customer of Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the sales department to the service department, they're top-notch. And now is the perfect time for you to have the MB of Stockton experience. The Mercedes-Benz holiday celebration is on, and that means you can get super low rates on new and certified pre-owned models. Plus, they'll throw in 3 years of prepaid maintenance on select models. They make it easy and affordable for you to drive away in the car of your dreams. And if you have a trade-in, well, they're looking for all vehicles to purchase. Any makes, any models, just holler at my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration is the gift that keeps on giving. So take the short drive down I-5 and visit my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. And while you're there, tell them Drape sent you.
Cameron, I just think we need to, see other people.
Are you trading me in?
No. A trade-in is what I'm getting from Kitchen Mart.
A trade-in?
Right now, Kitchen Mart's offering a $750 credit when you trade in your old kitchen countertops for something worth showing off, like granite, marble, or solid surface.
I'm not worth showing off?
Not like the stunning new quartz countertops Kitchen Mart just installed for Karen and Tom.
Huh.
Durable, easy cleanup, made their kitchen look brand new. And Kitchen Mart gave them a $750 trade-in credit to haul off their ugly old tile and grout countertop.
You're dumping me.
That's harsh. You want me to wait till I get the new countertops from Kitchen Mart?
At least hold off till Wednesday. I'm seeing Susan.
Susan!
Now's the perfect time to trade up to beautiful new quartz, granite, marble, or solid surface countertops. Because for a limited time, Kitchen Mart's offering a $750 trade-in credit for your old countertops. Go to kitchenmart.com today and schedule a free in-home consultation and save $750 off new countertops.
No one does it better than
kitchenmart.com.
Kings Cyber Monday deals are here today only. Cheer on the Kings with slam dunk deals and save up to 50% on Kings tickets. At the Kings Team Store, shop buy one, get one 60% off deals and $94 select swing band jerseys. Elevate your game day with 20% off experiences on the Kings home court. And don't miss out on savings for kids club kits and junior Kings clinics for your little Kings fans. Check out all the offers for tickets, gear, experiences, and more at kings.com/Cyber Monday.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heat and Air. Right now, breaking news, they're upgrading their offering to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy Home Pros. You hear me talk about them as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement, and now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free, and they'll give you a second opinion and almost certainly save you money. Oh, but wait, there's more. With winter coming up, how about a free furnace special? With full system installation, you're getting a free furnace, not a discounted furnace, a free furnace, and up to $4,000 in rebates while that funding lasts. So get there right now, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I asked Scott Lucky if his last name had anything to do with his success in the trucking industry, he laughed and said, "Well, Mike, I guess you could say I've always been lucky." But when I asked him how he and his family grew Lucky Distribution Services into the company it is today, he didn't talk about luck at all. "We work hard," he said. "We keep a close eye on the bottom line, and we treat our people the right way." In other words, Scott Lucky makes his own luck, which is precisely why he switched to Pure Talk Business. "Last month, I paid the big guys $740 for 12 lines," he told me. "This month, I paid Pure Talk $420 for the exact same service. Thousands of businesses all over the country are saving real money by switching to America's most dependable 5G network, and luck has nothing to do with it. Just dial pound 250 and say micro. That's pound 250 micro to switch to a wireless company that works as hard as you do. Pure Talk.
Listen to the 49ers Red Zone Report daily, brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the official pizza of the 49ers. Mountain Mike's Pizza, pizza the way it ought to be.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. What would a Maverick do? Because you're a Maverick too. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply. Give to get with no gimmicks.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton & Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Growing your business? It's all about having the right team on the court. At Bank of Marin, we partner with businesses in the greater Sacramento area, delivering personalized service and local expertise to help you make a slam dunk. Whether it's customized lending or solutions to keep your business growing, you'll benefit from local decision making, expanding, acquiring additional assets, or building a lasting banking relationship. We're ready for tip-off. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
The mildest summer in 30 years has left AC makers with overstock and far below their sales targets. Your chance for huge savings. Sierra Pacific's partnership with top manufacturers mean exclusive discounts to clear inventory fast. Get premium systems installed flawlessly by friendly pros with ironclad warranties and great discounts with SMUD rebates. Plus, HVAC's tax credits expire December 31st. Call for your complimentary proposal. Visit SierraPacificHome.com.
Sierra Pacific Solar Heating and Air. The guys in the big red trucks.
The clock is ticking. This holiday season, give the gift they'll really love. A new Honda from Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Happy Honda days are happening right now. Score big with low payments, top trade-in value, and a huge selection of new Hondas, all at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery, embrace the company of family and friends, and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Kayla is with us today. Jay is back with us today. We got our Christmas tree It's not terrible. It's a little tiny
No,
tree. That's
I
all
mean,
right. It's a nice tree.
It's swaying a little. I need to fix the star on top.
Yeah.
But other than that, it looks good.
Yeah, a little bit of a sway back.
Yeah.
Christmas tree. That's all right.
Yeah,
Last year, I don't know that we had one at all. So
Well, I
We
like
did
it
after
then.
we complained.
Oh, did they?
And why we only got a half-ass tree?
Yeah, that's a good
Why we can't at least get a 6-footer in here?
I'm hoping this is like the placeholder till we get the real tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So we need to. Do you guys want a real tree in here? You want that smell of evergreen and pine and all that?
Sure. This doesn't even have any ornaments.
No, we
This
might
is-
have to bring in some.
Yeah. This is kind of a half-assed tree.
It is, man. Like, come on.
This is like an obligatory,
Just put it up.
it's like the least you can do and still
So-
technically be able to say, you have a
Got a
tree.
tree.
So
Yeah.
we're saying the tree is what Levine is to the Sacramento Kings. It's a scapegoat for just,
wow.
you know,
Wow.
That's a
our
bonsai tree.
frustration through Christmas.
I don't know. That would be unfair to one of them. I'm not sure which to make that comparison. I guess it's better than nothing for the time being.
It has fake snow on it, though. I don't know if you caught that,
Does
guys.
it?
But yeah, there's like some little bit of frosting on it.
Yeah, I think somebody actually just spilled liquid paper on it or something.
Spilt milk.
Yeah. All right, so we'll have to get some ornaments or some on there. But that's nice. Yeah, because there's no debating it anymore, right? Was it Christmas time yet? Does it start?
Oh, no.
We're right in the thick of it.
We are here, and I know that because I have not lived in a house for a while, right? Like we had apartments, you know, throughout my career and whatever. And now I am being introduced to lights again, Christmas lights. And my brother took about 2.5 days and did the whole yard.
He did it
and
right
it's a
then.
big
Good for
yard.
him.
2.5 days?
2.5 days, you guys. And I'm telling you, it was like blood, sweat, and tears out there. He would get in and he'd be just like sweating from doing all the work, and he
Did he
did
do
the
it by
blow
himself,
up
or
things.
did he have anybody?
No, he did it all by himself.
Did the inflatables and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. And your nephews are like,
My nephews are just like, Dad, are we done yet? He likes doing it though, but it was a big one. I'll show you guys the video when I'm done.
got to. You got
It's
to.
really cool. He did a really good job.
$1,000 question.
Yeah.
Been gone for a week. Thanksgiving's come and gone. December 1st. Stretchy B. Are the lights up? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Atta boy. Did you be Skip?
dominated.
That
I almost texted you, but I just said, nah, he's got better things to do. But yeah, he got his lights up earlier than I've ever seen him get them up, Jay.
Okay.
He still lost. He lost.
Let me knock you off your high horse.
Right?
That a boy.
Lapped him.
By like
boy.
5
Hang on to
days
that
or
trophy.
something.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even close.
Did he come over and congratulate you, or was he?
No, I haven't seen him.
Was he poor sport?
I think he's like, if he sees me coming, he's like, oh, I got to get it.
Yeah, right?
He
It's like,
didn't
I'm so
wanna face me.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
Atta boy.
Yeah. And we got him, up and down the street. People are starting to put him up. It's like, yeah.
I love it.
It's nice.
Latecomers.
That's fine. Just, I like everybody on the street kind of getting a spirit a little
Do
bit.
something.
Yeah.
Just something little.
Did you go new ones or last year's version?
Well, yeah, I had some.
Combination or
every
what?
year you've got to rotate
Yeah.
in some new ones
Yes, sir.
because you
Yes,
plug
sir.
them in. It's like that string just, for some reason, in the middle of July, it just
Doesn't
blinked out. No idea why. So you got to constantly be working some of the new lights.
That a
in.
boy. Okay.
Yeah.
So you
I
got
want to
some.
see those.
You got
It's a
color, a
process.
little white. Where you at?
Well, it's mostly the color, but
Okay,
then, you got the highlights with the white lights and some of the shrubbery.
Atta boy.
go.
I
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We'll put you up on Facebook Marketplace if anybody
Yeah.
needs to need some more lights put up on their house.
Had some bees in one of the shrubs. Had to wait till they got a little colder.
I've
'Cause,
noticed that when I've gone on walks, earlier on in the season here, the bees just come. I mean, there's been. I'm like, what is going on? And
Yeah.
there's like a handful of them in those shrubberies.
Yeah, I don't mind bees, but I just know that if I'm in there doing all
Yeah.
this, they're not gonna
be happy.
Not gonna be worth it. So anyway, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas.
We are here.
What are Kings fans gonna get for Christmas? What should they ask for Christmas?
Well, it depends. Do you want to win, guys, or and gals, or do you want to lose and have that what is it called, the little lottery ball?
Yes.
You wanna
Right
have
now
a
the
little more
Kings
help.
sit in the 5th spot
Okay.
according to Tankathon in terms of worst record. worse the record, the better your odds in the lottery. Of course, so right now, Washington they have the worst record.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans, that pick, by the way, going to Atlanta. That'd be the second pick right now, depending on the lottery. Brooklyn, Indiana, and Sacramento. As of right now, and again, you have to have the lottery. 42.1% chance of getting a top 4 pick for the Kings. 10.5% chance of getting number 1 overall.
Okay.
1 in 10. The best you can get, as we've said a million times, is a 14% shot.
Yeah, which is still not a lot, but it's better than
It's the best
latter.
you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think some teams in recent years, they double down and they try. Like Washington's been in the lottery every year for the last 40 years
Mm-hmm.
because they think, eventually, we'll end up getting a guy or two that'll really make a difference. For me, if I were to ask Santa on behalf of Kings fans, ho, 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 what do you want for Christmas? I would say, Santa, it'd be great if we can make 1 or 2 of these deals.
Yeah.
Where they're moving the people that
in December
they probably want out. The Kings want to move them.
Sure.
That would be a nice jump start on things.
So what's the first deal that you would ask Santa for in terms of getting a player out of here?
Well, that brings us back to the guy that was saying, "Oh, it's not fair. Everyone is,
Making him
they're
the scapegoat.
scapegoating Zach LaVine." But I think if you got Zach LaVine somewhere and you got something of value, I think everyone would start to feel a little better about things. Are you with me, Jay? I don't want to pile on Zach LaVine.
Yeah,
but
I'm not going to say a name. I'm just with you in the form of get 1 or 2 guys who have big deals.
Yeah.
Let them go. And you said it perfectly. Allow Zach to go somewhere where he can thrive and be a better Zach LaVine and hopefully have an opportunity to win a championship. I think that's what he's playing for. So I'm with you. Just move anything that's going to allow the Kings to have better cap space. And if you can get a youngster, a building block, a draft pick, as Kayla said, a ball, something that's going to push the 14% a little higher, I'm with.
Yeah.
Give me anything.
I would like to see DeMar moved as quickly as possible just for his sake, because I think he has earned that.
I really have so much respect for DeMar. And not saying I don't for Zach LaVine. I'm not saying that at all. DeMar DeRozan, his body of work, it is what it is, right? And so I'm not he's not the first one that comes to mind that you got to get out right now. I think Zach LaVine, just for the fit situation that you had mentioned, happy for himself, to do stuff for himself and his career somewhere else. And I think it just is the best situation for the Kings. And then DeMar DeRozan, if he's part of that as well, moving forward, I think that would make sense too.
DeMar played well last night. And DeMar, I know they mentioned this on the telecast, so I may be telling you something you already know, but DeMar is in the top 10 in free throw percentage, 2 for 2 last night.
I'm
90%.
Excited. Good for him.
Yeah.
Seriously, it seems like such a small little thing, but not really, especially with the Kings team that you always talk about. God, they're so miserable from the free throw line. I think they missed, 9 free throws last night.
Yeah.
And those become crucial sometimes in those close games, but DeMar's done a good job this year of that.
I'm trying to figure out why they, who missed a lot, but it was just, a couple guys 1 for 2. So, yeah.
Combination.
Uh-huh.
It's
combo platter on the free throws being missed.
What we're all asking for is just a little more clarity.
Sure.
Clarity is probably what we're looking for to come down the chimney, right? Just give me some clarity. Give me a little more direction. I see where you guys are at least feeling like, I think you're going. But it's the typical. I'm a broken record. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.
Yeah.
If you can move a big deal, if you can maneuver, some of these veterans, and even a Keon Ellis. I don't know what in the heck is going on with Keon Ellis, but I'll say this. It is becoming a broken record to the point of every single night, that's like the conversation to have. If Zach is the scapegoat, it's the where's Keon Ellis? Where's Waldo question. To me, the 3 questions we continuously ask is Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, what's going on with Keon, and we want the young guys to play.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 things we consistently hear so far. So if I'm asking for anything, I'm not on the naughty list, Crisp. My boy Chris Kringle, we on first name basis. Give me a little more clarity. That's what I'm looking for.
I know some have suggested, some people that know about how these things work, some people have been frustrated and suggested, they're going to run Keon out of town. And I don't know, maybe they are. And Mark Stein has written that there are people around the league, teams around the league that have interest in Keon Ellis, Indiana being one of them. To me, if Indiana, who runs a type of style on both sides of the ball that I want to run, if they want him, then I don't want to let him go. Maybe I have to move somebody that, I want to trade. But I know we touched on this earlier, Kayla. It's possible to me that Keon has been, this has all been explained to him. This is why you're not playing now. At some point here, we make some trades. You're going to play a lot. And then in February, we'll figure out, we'll have a clear idea what our financial obligations are going to be and how much room we have. And maybe then we can sign you. I'm hoping that's the case. I don't think that's out of the question. I think that could be the plan here, but it depends on what he's been told and if he's down with it.
And that's the biggest question. And we'll never know the answer. I don't know because I'm not in Scott Perry's office. And I know Scott Perry has come out and talked to Sam Amick about, I have full control of what is going on with this roster. But at the same time, if it has been known since day one, because you guys, this is nothing new. Keon Ellis has really not been playing the entire season. So
6 minutes last night, right?
This is, and the 6 minutes, and this is why I get why fans are frustrated, though, is we see him with that second unit towards the end of the first quarter with, Monk and Clifford and Achua and Reynaud, and we see some really good basketball where they pull out in front at the end of that first quarter. So I get the frustration of when you've seen Ellis in at times with certain guys that it's worked really well. And then you see him go to the bench and he never comes back in. And I do believe Doug Christie was asked about it last night in the post-game presser by Matt George, which I thought was a great question, was why did you never go back to
He didn't
that
give a great
group?
answer.
And I did not think the answer was really made sense. And that's what makes me think that there has been something already told to Keon Ellis, like this is what's going on. And Doug is aware of that. Minutes are limited because they're trying to preserve him.
Yeah.
That is my speculation off of, honestly, the way he answered the question.
So let me see if I understand what you're saying. I think I agree with you if I do. The question is, why didn't you play the younger players who are playing better? Mm-hmm. The answer is, well, because we are obligated to play other guys that we're trying to move, and winning that game last night was not big picture what was most important to us.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. And I think, like, in terms of Keon Ellis, too, and maybe moving him, that's already up. That's been up to them since the start. Like, he's not probably going to be on this team.
Here's Doug Christie post-game last night. Pardon me.
Doug, kind of building off that a little bit, that unit that got you back in that group, we didn't see that group, those five, together again for the remainder of the game. Was that just a read of the game call, or did you see something you didn't?
No, we were trying to get back to it a couple times, and then they ended up going, I think, big. I'd have to go back and look at the film. It's just sometimes the game dictates how it goes. It's just you want to get back, and then you get a feel, and you're thinking, okay, this is going to work. Guys are going to, and before you know it, it gets away from you a little bit. But I have to go back and look at that. Yeah.
Two things there. One, I can understand why a fan would hear that and go, wow, he's not sure what he's doing. And I'm with you, Kayla. He knows what he's doing. You just can't tell us everything.
Yep. That's what it
that
is.
That dictates what he's doing.
Yep.
It's not that he's like, oh, I don't know. I have to look at the film. It's like, I can't tell you.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the same words that he was using when asked about Keon earlier in the year, the logjam thing. He can only tell us so much because this is part of whatever their grand plan is.
Yeah.
Period.
And then the other issue it raises is, well, why aren't they playing the younger players more? And I know we've touched on this too. I think that clearly is the plan. And I think they're going to be playing a lot more, hopefully at least half the year, but they're still in that evaluation process, playing some of the veterans. Maybe showcasing is too strong of a word because I know scouts around the league know what these guys have to offer, but you have to play those players if you're trying to trade them. So I think it's a matter of we're going to play the young guys a lot, just not yet.
Yeah, and to add to that, because I do want to ask you, Kevin, when it comes to Keon Ellis, and we're considering him a younger player, I still, I want your guys' answer on this. I still believe that they're probably going to utilize him as some sort of a trade piece or a sweetener in a trade. Do you believe that? Because he still is considered a young piece that could probably help this team moving forward. But why do I get the feeling, though, that he isn't going to be here?
I think you get that feeling, and you probably already know this, because we've heard reports that haven't come directly from the Kings, but apparently have come from the Kings that, we don't want to trade Neek. we don't want to trade Keegan.
Yeah.
We haven't heard that about Keon, which would be one when you look at the team, it's like, oh, well, that's another guy that fits what they're doing. Given that we know that they haven't stated that directly or indirectly.
Yeah.
They're not going to state it directly. And given that we know from what's being reported, there's a lot of interest in him, it would make sense that, look, we have a guy here. We didn't draft him. And Monty gets most of the credit for this. This was a guy that we just pulled, diamond in the rough, and now he's an asset.
Mm-hmm.
And we can use that to facilitate a trade that is going to help us.
Yep.
I mean, I hope they don't, but I could see why they would be looking at it that way.
Yeah.
Jay's over there nodding.
Is Jay's on the same
I'm
page?
agreement.
Yeah.
I think it's there's a twofold with Keon, and you hit one of them, Whitey. He was, and no disrespect to Keon, I'm just kind of using layman terms. In the NBA value ranking, he was a 0.
Yeah.
Right? And he has grown to become something of value that people want.
Yes.
And that's kudos and credits to Keon.
Yes. Yeah.
And so with that being said, you have some people in one boat is like, well, we want Keon because he is of value and we see he can be a building block. And the way I see it is kind of what you're saying, Whitey, is it's not a Scott Perry pool. He's not a diamond in the rough for Scott Perry. And Scott Perry may not see him as a building block. And maybe there's a plan that's 3-4 years down the road for this team to be better. And 3 years down the road, Keon may mean his value may not be as high or may mean not as much as it is now. So, move him. Anyway, if you can get anything of value for him, it's a win. Mm-hmm. If you believe he is a building block, then I think we would have already seen it. That's my answer, Kayla. Yeah. I don't think this regime sees Keon as a building block.
Yep.
And the problem is, as we've discussed, a lot of fans see him that way.
Yes, they do.
And that's fair. That's their opinion, and sometimes I agree with that.
Yeah, I definitely think he would fit. He fits what you've said you want to become.
Mm-hmm. But if their vision is even a slight bit different of what way they're going and how they want to build, he could be a better piece for them as trade to get exactly what they want.
Yeah. Again, it may be one of those things where they would never say this, but it might be, look, you expect us to trade whoever without adding something like that?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have to maintain that kind of option and flexibility in order to make it more likely that we'll get that. And, of course, with a rebuild, which the Kings apparently now are in, I don't think there's any question about that.
No.
It all gets back to what we were discussing with Drapes. You got to get your guy.
Yeah.
You got to get the guy. They don't have him right now. Everything when it comes to a rebuild and if you want to call it tanking or whatever, trying to position yourself in the lottery so you have the best shot at the best players. That's all about at one point. Maybe it happens right away. Maybe this year in the draft. Maybe it takes you longer, but you got to find your guy.
Mm-hmm.
Without doubt.
Yeah, and okay, you brought up something. We had a conversation in break, guys. Jay, I brought up the word luck. You got to have some luck in this league, which the first thing I think you guys said is, well, and that's something the Kings don't feel like they've had. They haven't
had a ton of it,
They haven't had a ton of it, no. But then we talk also about a team like Washington, too. And Jay, I think you made a certain point about luck, but you have to make your own a little too, right?
Yes. You got to be in position, which goes back to the staying ready so you don't have to get ready. It's the you put yourself, and we go to the Philadelphia, and that's the example I used. Philadelphia had so many first-round, number one picks within the lottery, top 3, top 5, Jahlil Okafor, Nerlens Noel, and they didn't hit on most of them.
Yeah.
They hit on Embiid.
Yeah, Drew Holiday.
They
said,
we're good.
Trade him.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you really sit back and look at it, they've had a 4, 5, 6-year run prior to last year.
Don't forget Ben Simmons, by the way.
Ben Simmons, right? Markelle Fultz. I mean, like I said, they've had shots at the honey, no doubt. They hit with Embiid. You have to give them credit with Embiid. I know if we're talking about right now, today, that's not on a high value, but he was the MVP of this league and questionably for a second or third year, he could have got the trophy too.
Yeah.
They were really one bounce away, Kawhi Leonard in the corner, from making the finals, and we know what happened in the finals. Toronto went on to beat Golden State. They were right there. They've put themselves in a position 4 or 5 years to have a playoff run. Unfortunately, the Kings just haven't done that. And the unluckiness is not taking Dame not taking Kawhi, not taking Klay Thompson. Now, that's foolishness. But also, was Dame? We didn't know. Was Klay going to be Klay? We didn't know. These weren't LeBron. He's going to hit or miss. So you got to put yourself in those positions. Unfortunately, if you take Dame, you might get lucky and he does become a Hall of Famer. You take Klay, you get lucky, he does become a Hall of Famer. They just, for whatever reason, Whitey said it, they just haven't been lucky.
But they got to put themselves in position to take those shots. And winning 42 games every year and then drafting, if you don't make the playoffs, you're picking 14th, 15th every year. You're just hamster on the wheel.
Yes.
Hamster on the wheel.
Yep, right in the middle. Or, barely making the playoffs. Or if you make the playoffs, you're eliminated early.
Jay, what would you do to try to get more people in the building? I don't know that there's anything you can do. You know how the
free beer night.
Free beer night? Please. Free beer night would be very popular.
Yeah, we'll all be there.
Yeah.
People don't even really drink beer, and I'd be there.
Yeah.
They had the $1 beer night, but Kayla's going,
I'm making it.
Free beer night.
I mean, we're at the level, guys. Let's go. Come on. We got to talk serious here.
It's the toughest part about it all is you're trying to, and we all know this, you're trying to satisfy so many masters. And we see it every single day. I say one thing and 12 people, Jay, you're wrong. And 20 people, like, you're right.
Yeah.
Whitey says something, it's like 50 people, you're right. And 5 people, you're wrong. You're trying to satisfy masters. And if you're trying to do that with 17,000+, good luck, right? And so that's the toughest part for me as a Kings fan is when you start to see half-filled arenas, and I'm pretty sure it was a little more than half. Yesterday I talked to a couple people, it was more than that. But for the conversation's sake, it was a little closer to half than I think I would like. I don't really know how you continue to do that without coming out and saying what your plan is or just immediately saying we are rebuilding by a move, shaking something up. Yeah. I think at this point, Whitey, to answer your question, you really have to do something drastic. And we've seen over the last how many years with the Kings, they don't do things drastic. They truly don't. They really, really don't. And that's part of the luck conversation. That's part of, people pointing the finger at ownership. That's part of us not taking Klay Thompson and Dame Lillard and Kawhi and people like that, taking Thomas Robinson. But
you're leaving out the worst one.
I know. I'm not going there.
People appreciate
I'm not going there.
People appreciate
Come on now. I'm not going there.
We see it in the chat.
Yeah,
I'm not going there.
So I do have now the answer to what we want for Christmas for the Kings.
Hang on to that. We're right back with that. How about that? Yeah, Kayla's got the answer. This is you or Kings fans?
This is for Kings fans.
This is for Kings fans. What they want for Christmas. Next on Sactown Sports.
A Sacramento tradition continues this year. The Santa Parade. Free for all to enjoy circling Capitol Park beginning at 10 a.m. December 13th, the joy of the holiday season. Santa Claus is coming to Sacramento with the 41st Santa Parade. Join Sactown Sports 1140 December 13th beginning at 10 a.m.
Brought to you in part by Western Health Advantage.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Staples presents An Easy Holiday.
Running a small business during the holidays is hard.
No truer words were...
But this year, Staples helped me have an easy holiday.
Your script has a typo.
Nope, easy peasy. I just ordered online at staples.com and picked up in store. And with UPS on site, shipping was easy too. Plus, huge savings on tech, custom cards, even my holiday sale signage.
Visit your local Staples store or staples.com today for up to 45% off select laptops.
That was easy.
Ins 12/27.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Quiet down. Here she comes.
Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. I mean, mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Christmas time is here. Legitimately, there's no disputing it. I mean, to those who celebrate Christmas, right. I know not everybody does. Holiday season is here. So we've been wondering, what is it Kings fans should be asking for Christmas? And Kayla says she has the answer for us.
Ooh. I mean, it's pretty easy.
Yeah?
We just talked about it, and we just said how much it would be helpful to have a little luck. As simple as that. Mm-hmm. Just a little luck from Santa this year. I'd like a little luck, but I'm even going to say give my luck to Kings fans. That's how, it's the giving season. So give my luck, Santa, and help out the Kings
some organizational fans. Luck.
Yes, and I'm actually a little serious about this because, I mean, it sounds funny because it's like luck. Well, okay, luck is luck. You build your own luck sometimes, sure. But, you've got a new general manager who you're leaving up to doing the drafting and to do the drafting as best as he can, because in the past it's not been great. There has been some big question marks when it comes to that and development. Mm-hmm. And now you got Doug Christie, who seems like he could be a good coach to develop players. So now just add a little luck to that. And I think maybe we could start to see the wheels start to go in a different direction.
I think that's a great point you raise, and I think it's overlooked by those who are ready to run Doug Christie out of the job. Yeah. Because, again, you're frustrated. It's like, well, must be the coach. But the Kings have so far, and I know they just drafted Maxime Reynaud and Nick Clifford, they look like they're developing well, especially Maxime Reynaud. Doug Christie and his staff have to get some credit for that. Most of it goes to the players.
Sure.
They're the ones actually doing it.
Yeah.
But I think you could even look at some of the guys like Keon Ellis. Doug Christie has been there. I think we have to give him some credit for that.
I look at Doug, and I hope I get to meet Doug at some point soon, because I really do connect with how he sends messages. And I know at times he's been a little abrupt.
Guy.
Maybe. I mean, maybe that's our Washington ties.
Pepperdine shirt.
Oh, your Pepper. Oh, okay.
Yeah, for Doug Christie.
I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I do like the way that he kind of just, even when I see him on the bench and when I see him in pressers, and I know he's had some moments where he's kind of gone a little bit overboard, but I do look
only
at
two,
him.
And it's been weeks.
It's been like November or something. Okay, that's far in the past, but I do feel like with these young players, they look to him as somebody that has played the game, that has been consistent with messaging. That here's another one that I don't think we talk about enough, that truly has a passion for the city and team that he's coaching. And those players need to have that too if they're going to be here in Sacramento and want to be, somebody who's considered part of the Sacramento Kings, culture.
Yep.
So I think all those things are things that you look to Doug Christie and say, I think he could be somebody who does a good job here.
When the Sixers were going through tanking with Sam Hinkie, they hired Brett Brown to be their coach. Brett Brown, who had been with the Spurs and I think might be back with the Spurs now. But they had dreadful records because they were not actually trying as an organization to win games. Then they got to the point where they had accumulated enough talent where it looked like, all right, we can compete. And they kept him on. I'll never forget that. It's like, yes, he deserved that.
Yeah.
It's hard nowadays because we are so quick, and I'm not talking about us here, but we as society in general, I guess we are quick to push that eject button. But in sports in particular, you are seeing it on every level now to the extreme that it's like, okay, you're done. And sometimes we have got to be a little patient. I've learned this in my career. You've got to have a little patience. You got to have a little bit more. And I'm not saying, they have to keep Doug Christie if it doesn't work out in the next couple of years, but there's a fine line, I think, today.
Once again, the roster has to be rebuilt, but so does the trust between the organization and fans. And the incident we saw with Devlin Carter is just a glaring, it's just a sure indication of that. I mean, your indicator is burning bright. Boop, boop. You have an issue here if you're the Kings. Fans are disenchanted with the direction of the franchise. They don't have a ton of faith. Some do, but as a group, there's not a lot of faith in what you've done, what you're doing, and where you're going. And obviously, that's not something you can just wave a magic wand and go, no, we're good.
No.
But they have to be keenly aware of how the fans are feeling about this going forward.
They're the biggest part to it.
Yeah.
They really are. And they do deserve better. I mean, they do. And eventually, I hope that they can get that figured out. But the trust, it's hard right now, I'm sure, for fans to trust. Trust whatever it is, because it's not worked out in the past. But you're hoping that this is going to change eventually.
Yeah. Jay,
That's all you can have.
You and I have talked a lot in the last few months about how the Kings fan base has been split more than we've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Not so much split anymore. It's like the people that are not happy, it's just that's
seems
the
like a majority now.
Yes,
it does.
Yes.
You were the first one to say it, and I remember saying I was trying to figure out where you were going with it. And you had the foresight to see it. I'm with you. I think, Kayla, you're absolutely right. And the last time I was on air, I apologized to fans because as a Kings fan, you're like, man, you deserve a championship. You deserve winning seasons.
Oh, that was the day after the Memphis loss, maybe.
Yeah. There's no reason this fan base shouldn't be rewarded with success and luck and championships and everything that you possibly could get when it comes to success as a basketball organization. Life just isn't that way, right?
Yeah.
It just doesn't shake down that way. But I'm with you, Whitey. I truly do believe majority is starting to speak, we're not okay. And we want to let you know. And that's why I said it earlier. And I think it was Dynamic Butterfly said oh, Jay, you're wrong. It's not that easy to say. It is. It is as a fan to say, we're not happy.
Yeah.
And guess what? Kings fans are starting to say that. So all you can do is respect that and say, I understand. Now, as the organization, I think is where are we trying to figure out, are they saying that to us as fans? We understand.
Fair.
I'm not sure fans feel like the organization has said that yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think where there's room for optimism, if you're the organization, is you look at the way fans have responded to the drafting and the play of Nick Clifford and Maxime Reynaud. And I think fans are telling you, more of that. Players that play hard, that fit what we want from our basketball team. And so, it's going to take time for them to get more of those players, and there's going to be, it's going to be a painful process. But again, as this turns, if they're able to trade some of the veterans and the roster does skew younger, even this year, even around the deadline, and they play the young players more. I think fans they're going to be very jaded. There's going to be like, all right, well, now it's like, I don't know if I want to watch. At that point, I think it'll be, well, I don't know if I'm going to like it, but all right, I'll watch.
Yeah. Here's what I will say, and maybe there's silver lining behind this, and I always try to think of the positives because like I said, I've covered a lot of losing teams, and you have to find positives sometimes in covering those teams.
Hold on, Kayla, let me get your purple colored glasses real fast.
Thank you.
Let me get
Put
you
those
right.
on real quick.
Yeah.
I think I have purple in my glasses. You can't really see them on the chat, but they do have some purple in them. Here's my purple water bottle.
Very nice.
I think as a fan, maybe because I think it might get worse before it gets better. And I say that like when they trade out some of these big time names that are here, and you do see more of the youth coming in, it might take a minute and it might get really bad. Here's what I'll say. I always look at things as I want to be a part of the process. I want to see things from the start to say, I was there when these guys started to really come into their own, where I saw that light switch on. So maybe that as a fan is how you move forward and watching some maybe not great basketball, but saying, hey, I was here when the switch was made, when these young players really started to get inserted into this lineup and grow up as players. So then you're like, I saw it. And it's almost rewarding. It's like covering a kid in high school, and then you see him in the pros. You're like, I was there to witness that, and you feel part of the process. So that's all I'll say about fan how you want to fan, but if there's a way to go to those games and take some silver lining out of it, maybe it's that.
I've been going to Kings games. The first Kings game I went to was, I think, 1987. Wasn't living here at the time. That was the first building. Not Arco 2, but the first little building. My brother was a season ticket holder, and then I've been
warehouse, baby.
Yeah. But I've been covering the Kings since '89, so I've seen a lot of it, and I think I have some understanding of where Kings fans are and have been. And I think a lot of fans are going to always be skeptical. The Kings could win the NBA title, and some fans will go, well, wait, they're going to take it from us, aren't they? So I understand that. Yeah. But once you start seeing a plan and seeing some consistency, I think fans will warm up to it. The number one thing that I think fans are irritated by is just going this way and then that way and then this way and then that way. And I'm bringing in this guy. De'Aaron Fox is a few. No, he's out for Zach LaVine. Well, that's not working. So I think at some point, and that obviously is going to take time, if Scott Perry can stick with his plan and it bears a little fruit here, a little fruit there before the big payoff, I think fans are going to learn to trust a little more.
Lack of direction.
Yeah.
Very, very well said there.
I think.
Yeah,
I
hope.
agree. Yeah. But it's going to take time, and they have to do things right.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll tell you where a wacky Week 13 leaves the 49ers and the rest of the NFL as we get ready for Monday Night Football. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Turns out there are a lot of holiday songs about just staying warm. The weather outside is frightful. Chestnuts roasting and all that, which serves as a great reminder it's time for heater and furnace tune-ups and maintenance. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating will make sure you're ready. Right now at leesair.com, check out this offer, $100 off any AC heating or plumbing repair. It's not just about keeping your home comfy, it's about making sure your system functions efficiently. We got a new HVAC system from Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating last winter. Our system works great, saves us money. You want a company you can trust, a company with, 40 years of experience, a company that's going to treat you right. You want Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. They took care of us last winter, so I know they're going to take care of you. Same day, next day appointments are available. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, your go-to experts for all things related to heating, ventilation, AC, and plumbing. When the weather outside, you want to stay warm, but you don't want to burn money to do it. Make sure your home is comfy and energy efficient all year long with Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, license number 635355.
Farmichael Dave here for American Energy Heat and Air. Right now, breaking news, they're upgrading their offering to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement, and now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free, and they'll give you a second opinion and almost certainly save you money. Oh, but wait, there's more. With winter coming up, how about a free furnace special? With full system installation, you're getting a free furnace, not a discounted furnace, a free furnace, and up to $4,000 in rebates while that funding lasts. So get there right now, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. What would a Maverick do? Because you're a Maverick too. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply. Give to get with no gimmicks.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
From Amadrock here in the YouTube chat. I guess I'm still not over Brown and Fox being gone. The only person / people I want to blame for that is the old regime and the current front office. From 1970 Ronin, can anyone answer why Dario is still on the roster? I assume I don't know if he's expiring, but he could be used in a trade. His salary could be used.
He is expiring this year.
Yeah, he is an expiring contract.
Five and some change.
Yeah, so there's some value in that 1970 Ronin. It's a business decision. Yeah. As far as why they signed, Doug McDermott, I have nothing against Doug McDermott. Fine human being, fine shooter, but I don't know why they gave him a guaranteed deal.
I forget he's on the roster.
Yeah.
Especially I think because that whole Isaac Jones thing. I think people were like, but the money thing comes into play in the business part.
People are, at least from what I can tell, people are not talking about Isaac Jones as much.
Yeah.
Because Precious Achiuwa has played so well. I would love to see he and Keegan start over an extended period as a 3 and the 4 and just see how that goes.
I agree. I think Precious, he's never going to be some superstar by any means. And offensively, that's not what you're looking for either. Although I do think he made a 3 the other night.
Yeah, you're right.
I think he made a 3-point shot.
He made
which
one.
We're
Yeah,
always
he made
like,
one
don't
last night.
take the 3.
Yeah,
But yeah, I do think he hit one. I think he's even growing a little as a player. Like maybe that's the comfortability with this team, but I have been pleasantly not surprised, but happy with what I've seen from him so far.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a really good ad. And let's give credit where credit is due. That is a Scott Perry edition. So we can say, like, you know, this isn't good or this isn't good, but, you know, he went out and got him.
Mm-hmm. I hate to do this, but I'm going to do it. Then we'll get to the 49ers. I know you mentioned plus minus earlier. Plus minus just in one game, it can be really goofy.
It can.
And it's not, you know, we look at a player's plus minus, but a player's never on the court by himself.
Correct.
That said, DeRozan minus 9, Keegan minus 20, Eubanks minus 21, Levine minus 30, Westbrook minus 24.
Mm-hmm.
But the contrast here, Monk plus 13,
yes.
Neek plus 19, Precious plus 17, Reynaud plus 6, and Keon plus 9, you can't help but go, whoa, okay, what?
Well, that to me also tells you that maybe, you know, the second unit looked a little bit better. Actually, it does tell you that they looked much better than the starters did. And I don't know exactly what they were going up against, but they still had some of the Grizzlies starters in the lineup going up against the second unit at times. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth yesterday.
And both teams were shorthanded. Let's not forget,
Yeah.
Ja didn't play
Ja.
for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Nope, he was on
He
the
was
bench.
dressed up like the Grinch.
The Grinch.
Yes.
I was going to say.
Need one. Yes.
Mr. Ja. Did you
Uh-huh.
say? I was thinking, is he the Grinch? Is Ja? Is he telling us something here?
I think so.
Okay. I got you, Ja. Well, and Clay went off this weekend, and, you know, so Ja maybe had to eat his words a little bit too. So.
Yeah, yes. Fan of Precious Achiuwa's. Yeah, 7 rebounds last night, 11 points. Like to see him
Pretty good.
play some more. Maybe he's another one of those guys. Yeah. When we get some of these other things settled, he's going to be playing a lot more. I hope so.
Yeah. And he has been even more so because obviously Domas is, not there. So.
Yeah. We love, this is probably true of almost every city. We love the underdogs. If you have guys that
Heck yeah.
made their reputations elsewhere
Yep.
and are getting a lot of money and are not producing here, at least not producing wins, then Sacramento fans are like, nah, I want the young guy that we drafted. He may never accomplish half of what that guy did, but he's ours and I'm going to root for him.
Yeah. I love that mentality. I've always rooted for the underdog. It's just always a good story. And then when they actually do well, you're like, okay, see? Like, it is a feel-good type of situation. It does feel like there's a lot of players here, though, that they, like Keon Ellis, isn't he? He's more of an underdog story, right?
Absolutely.
And then that's then what gets kind of complicated is when he's not playing. It's like, then they get mad.
Right.
And fans are mad.
And that's why so many people were upset when Isaac Jones was like, what?
Same thing.
You can't do that. He's one of us. Yeah. Speaking of underdogs, what do you think of these underdog Chicago Bears? Number 1 seed in the NFC as we speak.
I'm telling you.
Number 1.
Didn't see it coming. I think it's the first time since 2013 that they've been the number 1 seed at the time. I think that's the stat that I read. I did not see it coming. Again, I admit when I'm wrong on things, right? I admitted the Sam Darnold thing. I was not a believer in Sam Darnold. And he still has a little to prove. I have never been a Caleb Williams fan. Never. And I'll tell you what, he's improved. He's improved.
I think we may have talked about this last week, but if you remember opening night when the Bears lost to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy had a terrible first half, great second half. I know I was one of those people going, same old Bears, man.
Right?
They're the number 1 seed.
Bears fans are saying me. I have a ton of Bears fans for some reason that are my friends. And they were saying, and I think you talk about Sacramento Kings being skeptical. Go talk to a Bears fan. They are like, well, I don't know. Right now we're going to blow it. That's probably what a lot of them are saying. Well, something's going to go wrong at some point.
You know who's a Bears fan, right?
Who?
Your boy who's a fan of every team. Ramsey. He's a fan of every team.
Wait, I can't remember. Is that his 5th favorite team? He had 3, I think. 3 favorite NFL teams.
Of course, it's very logical. The Raiders, the Falcons, and the Bears.
Yeah, very logical.
But there you go, Ramsey.
We're giving you a hard time.
Number 1 right now.
Yep.
So the 49ers are 7th in the NFC, but they're 9-4. Who's to say they can't win out?
Here's my argument for Niners winning out or being a playoff team that can actually make a real good push. Because right now, we just said it with the Bears, and I see it in the chat, and I'm not totally disagreeing with you. Caleb will find a way down the stretch to blow it. I'm not disagreeing with you because I'm not the biggest Caleb, fan. But every team right now, if you look at it, has some major weakness.
Sure.
And let's not add to the fact that we're having some major injuries happen right now throughout teams. So the Niners may have had the most, and especially on the defensive side, but here's what the Niners have done. They've found ways to patchwork things up enough to win games, and they've lost some here and there. But what's to say that a team that they're going up against, even the Bears later on this season and the Seahawks, they're not going to be without a key guy or, there's just no way that I can say there's one dominant team that I'm going to say, yep, there's no way the Niners can't get past that team this year.
To that point, just look at the top team currently in the AFC, the Broncos.
Yeah.
They're 10-2. They've won, 9 in a row? They've been behind in every game they've played this year.
Sure have.
And I heard Jay Ross
almost lost last night.
Christopher Law talking about that this morning with I think Dave was on there too, Carmichael Davis.
Yeah, that guy.
And Dave was saying that's incredible because I think the Broncos are like the 202nd team ever to be behind in all 13 games, but they're 10-2. But it's not incredible this year because that's just the way it is this year.
And I freaking love it. Bring it on.
Really?
I don't want some dominant New England Patriots led by the Brady. I don't want that. I love this because it's like not knowing really what you're getting
like
when
a
you
world in
unwrap
which
a present.
The top 3 in the AFC are Denver, New England,
Let's
and
freaking
Jacksonville.
go.
You like that?
Let's freaking go. Whitey, bring it. I don't want to know that I got a Nintendo. I was searching for my presents, and I learned later on in life, why did I do that? I just want some randomness to appear in my present when I open it, and that's what I get out of the NFL this year.
Right now, Lions on the outside looking in.
And that's an interesting. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a little injured. They've lost some guys, so we'll see. Like I said, injuries start to hit this time of year big time. But how do you deal with the injuries? And Shanahan and company somehow find ways.
Right. And yeah, I mean, obviously, as I keep saying, we have to give credit to the guys that are actually playing, but it is amazing that they've been able to scheme their way around this to the point where they're 9-4. 9-4 gets you 7th right now.
It does.
And 3rd in your division.
Exactly. And here's another thing, too. Give him credit for the additions. Cleveland Farrell, a guy that played a year with them before, former number
awesome.
1 guy. He has 4 sacks in 4 games.
Yeah.
These are smart moves.
And they brought him off the practice squad,
Yes, they
right?
did.
Yeah. By the way, the Colts are 6th now.
Ooh.
The Colts, the story of the year.
And they sold out for Sauce Gardner, and now Gardner's banged up, too. So.
Yes. We've got, we're going to have a crackerjack of a game for you coming up here with the Patriots taking on the Giants.
Come on, Giants.
Yeah.
Let's go,
You
Braves.
back with us tomorrow, Kayla?
I'm back with you guys tomorrow, yeah.
Thanks for being with us. Back with you tomorrow. Stick around. Monday Night Football's coming up on Sactown Sports.